collective. I just cleaned up the cards from that little reading that I did. The energy felt very like there was a lot of different energies I felt. Like a lot. Like a huge amount of energies. Okay. And I felt like we were back at square one almost with respect to the energy that they were pushing last year at about the same time. If not, it was also not this past December, but the December before. So Christmas, not of 2023, but of 2022. So Christmas of 2022 energy is present, as well as spring of last year. And I think it's really crucial that there's some stuff that needs to happen. I don't know. Some stuff. It says move away from the readings for a day or two. Seven of Coins. Okay. And then I've got Ace of Swords and Ace of Cups. So maybe a true love or a true endeavor. Something that maybe you've been intuitively know is coming. Intuitively you're waiting for it to start. The only other thing is I've seen so far are the High Priestess. And then now that sword energy is coming out. Last minute kind of. Just this patience. Okay. So Ace of Cups, potential for compassion and intimacy is maybe what the move away from the readings is for. Eight of Pentacles. You are to be diligent and knowledgeable and pay attention to details during that time. Okay. Spirit's saying the Seven of Pentacles is really just saying thank you for your patience. You've been very patient. You've been very diligent. You've been very patient while you work to co-create this with Spirit, to, while you work to manifest this, and have judgment called on a lot of people, it seems. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, there's 7 people. There's 7 people in the background there. You see them? So, maybe 7 different groups of people is what I'm hearing, even for some individuals. Wow. Your cards have been coming out so incredibly high vibrational. There's this thing where it's like, now I see why nobody can really facade to be, like, no matter what type of illusions they tried to throw or magic they tried to pay for. No matter what type of magic they tried to throw or pay for, it was not happening. Yeah. The Hierophant in the world. I'm sorry. I'm just so caught up in the, I'm literally like, I'm so taken, can't get the words out. This was pretty powerful to come out. Because this was just kind of like, oh yeah. It was like just a message. But this Hierophant in the world, I still haven't figured out like what that even means right now at this point in time. I don't know if this is peace pipe energy or what down here. This guy's got leaves. Does he have some? He's got them in his hand. Take it how it resonates. Maybe you smoke, collective. There's a ooh, this sword is broken. I never know that. I never know that. This sword is broken on this person's lap, and this person seems to be acting as though this is a higher power and authority. So there's no, I feel like there's no these two, I said peace pipe energy, right? And that's why. It's because that whole capability to fight in the situation has been dismantled, has been broken. This world energy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 9 people in this world card. 5:05 on the clock. Are you thinking about traveling, collective? Because I did this little weird too. Okay. Maybe you might be going into a medicinal marijuana business with someone. Maybe if you smoke, you might find a job. It was a job that's 420 friendly as well. What I keep feeling in this negativity that keeps wanting to pop out, with all of this so combative sword energy in it, you know, things are going to be more competitive on this next level, right? You should expect that though, right? I don't get the energy that like you actually do things to be caught up. You know what I mean? Like you're a different type of person. Because this 3 of Cups is like friendship in the community. It's a very solid, like, okay, this is just a 3 of Cups. It's very bland and plain and like normal. You know what I mean? This isn't like the 1 cup up above is more fancy, but I'm getting the same energy from this, that it is assured that both cups will run over when this partnership takes place. So this business is going to be very successful. You guys will both, like or maybe that's saying you guys will be able to have a good conversation and maybe break down any barriers or differences, or, you know, I don't know. I don't know everybody's situation. This is Knight of Swords. So maybe in an area where someone was hasty or opinionated previously about something, or maybe that's a concern. Yeah, maybe that's a concern or was a concern for someone. It's like maybe where this person was hasty. It looks like there's like nothing to be worried about. Because that's what this Hierophant energy is giving. I mean, it keeps giving working together, you know, wherever something in opposition comes out, it still gives working together. They find a resolution. So maybe like if you're looking for an office space, or possibly investors, or I'm getting someone with clothing, that there's a need. I don't know if it's for a seamstress or for, I don't know, maybe manufacturing for mass production of a line, possibly. That's a lot of work, you know. Especially if you want to get it right, is what I'm hearing. Yeah, especially if you want to put like everything you have into it and make sure that it's like a real line. Because some people just, you know, get stuff and it's not like, and let me say something real quick, and this is unpopular opinion. Newsflash, unpopular opinion. Won't be my first, won't be my last. Kim Kardashian is a good businesswoman with the product that she currently has out in this Skims item. This fabric and material is like hands down the best of the best. Yeah, she magicianed that. You know, it's also the kind of energy, like you have to give it to her too. She has a staying power. She hasn't moved too far away from her lane, regardless of what she's had to do or had to experience or encountered. I don't know how you want to call it, because I know there's a lot of different information out there. Everybody has a past. No one has a clean track record, right? It's what we do moving forward after that situation that matters most. All right, anyway. But I get that kind of staying power for you, because that star came out when I was talking. You know, everything happens for a reason. I get 10:10 on the clock. I get on these topics and these communications for a reason. Yeah, she magician that. Yeah, you've been patiently waiting for this manifestation to materialize. I feel like it's on its way. But I get you have this staying power too, which I think is beautiful. It's the Eight of Cups, which I feel like, you know, there's a deeper meaning to everything that you're doing moving forward, you know, as you're moving on. And I feel that whole move on phase is what's really taking place right now. Yeah, I get an energy of somebody walking away and not looking back. I literally just like saw someone walking away. You just put yourself in any space, place, time, whatever, and see the back, you know, of somebody walking away. Like that's what everybody. It could be. It was different visions. It was different locations for all of that too. It was somebody walking down the street. I could see the back of them. Somebody in a bedroom, and they were walking out of the bedroom. I saw someone, I don't know, like I saw like three or like there's a lot of different energies there. Oh, okay. Spirit wants me to dig into this. Oh, okay. All right. Maybe there was a guard up previously to a specific, and that's your, you know, those are your boundaries, and you're very much so entitled to keep them and hold to them, etc., etc. But at this point, I feel like of your life or where you're at, in this Seven of Swords energy, it's a past energy. Like all this stuff is well behind you. Like you actually got through that final step of that healing, you know, where you learned the lesson that you needed to learn in order to be able to move forward completely and totally. It's not a talk about like you're living in the new world now. You're living in this. You're not getting your sea legs. You're not trying to learn your way around. You're not that. None of that stuff is happening anymore. You're in there like swimwear. If you are expecting a big social life, you're gonna have that. If you're expecting a you know, medium level, you know, a moderate social life, you're gonna have that. So it just depends on what you consider that to be. You know, some people want to do things like once a year, make it a tradition where they have everybody out and they do a movie theater night and they invite all the families and blah, 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 you know, from this, that, and the other, you know, from their kids' soccer team, and they all go to the theater and it's a big family night and they sponsor that. They throw that, you know. Some people's dream, it's, you know, you don't know. But whatever it is that you've been wanting, whatever lifestyle it is that you dreamt of living and how you wanted it to be, that's what's happening. That's what's here on this table. No matter who I feel this energy again. I feel an energy of, this is a Two of Wands, standing in your personal power, and it's like these two things are going opposite directions as well, right? But they pretty much look the same. They look very, you know, it doesn't look out of place, you know. It could go either way too. You see what I'm saying? And I feel like it would still be a balanced situation in this energy. Yeah, autonomous. Because that's the Emperor card. Yeah. Because of what the foundation. And that's what I was thinking about earlier too. Like there's this whole blueprint energy. Ooh-wee. Ooh, whoever this is, whatever the energy this is coming from, this person has nothing holding, like there's nothing now. Like this person is leaped. This person has leaped. 1444, it was on the clock. This person has leaped. Okay? whomever you needed to surrender or were waiting for to surrender to agreement on this partnership and building whatever it is, like whatever it is that you were needing, if it was a seamstress, you know, whatever it is, it's coming. Like I said, if it was the nest egg money, someone to hear about your idea, no. It's going to be somebody new too who comes in, who hears about your little backup camera, and you explain to them, you know, that's the thing too. Anybody know somebody that can get a patent for me, like who can get a patent licensing, like who knows about the best way to go about that? Because I don't want to do it wrong, and I have something that I need to patent. I've been needing to patent this for maybe about, 4 or 5 years. But every time I ask somebody, they try to ask me what it is. And I'm like, no, that's why I need the patent. See, it's like breakfast tacos. You don't tell your shit to nobody. Because next thing you know, every place you go to is going to be having breakfast fucking tacos. Anyway, I'm sorry. That was a real life situation. It wasn't my idea, but it was close enough. At that point in time, it was just about my idea. So I feel uncomfortable. I'm like, who heard? Oh, restaurant girl. Yeah. Okay. Anyway. Yeah, that's the thing. Remember too, don't tell anybody about what you have going on. That's the energy I'm getting here again too. I'm being reminded to remind. Don't tell nobody what you got going on. Don't illuminate it. Enjoy this sunshine. Enjoy culminating this. We're in a blueprint process. We're building legacy, right? You can't build anything from the top down, right? Right. So keep that in mind, that you're at the bottom of your building phase, okay? You're at the bottom of your building phase. You're in this 9 of Cups. You are in wish fulfillment, satisfaction, and sensual pleasures. You're having everything that you want, need, could desire, all that good stuff. All that. The Emperor's out here too. However, you don't need, when you present it is when you present it, is what I'm getting. Like if you're working on an album, and when you're ready to premiere that is when you premiere it. You might not even tell, you might just keep this with Bae. You go to the studio and tell Bae about the tracks, but tell Bae to keep it to herself too. You know what I mean? You gotta, yeah. I don't think you should tell anybody though. Like, but Bae should be cool as long as that's your divine partner. That should be straight. You should be able to tell that one. Yeah. Anybody outside of that? Because if you're in a divine partnership, you guys already have that common communication and want to keep everything solid. Where you don't. Yeah, y'all love each other too much to mess this up. I'm going to just say that. Y'all love and respect and honor and cherish and whatever else the vows be saying. Y'all do too much of that for any of that other stuff. 18 on the clock. Yeah, that's amazing. I didn't even see that coming. Mother Earth and Father Sky or something. I don't know. I wasn't even planning to do this reading, but I knew I needed to do it. So it was the download. It's about this whole blueprint thing. So this blueprint that you're building, this blueprint. So one of the things that I definitely know, working together to build new things. Maybe that's going to be new to you too. Is really having a solid business partner. Really having solid businesses. It's not a up and down. You're not in an ebb and flow. You're not your money don't get funny no more. It's not funny money. This is FU money. Okay? There's a difference. There's a difference. If you always wanted to be a wine snob, well, get your nose up. Get your nose up. Cause you finna. You thought you was a snob and bougie before. They thought you was bougie before, baby. Yeah, you're not bougie. You just have really good taste. That's really what it is. It's all it could ever be. You're about to celebrate, though. You're going to have people around you that you can celebrate with. And again, you're a very good judge of character. So I believe that you are going to know straight away anybody that comes around, whether or not it's a good, bad, yeah, you know that. At this point, I think you can pretty much walk past someone on the street and smell, even if they smell like perfume, you're going to see the aura or something going to pop off heck quick. It's almost like you can even tell what's going on in people's lives and they haven't said a word to you. Like the other day I was in Sephora, and I saw this lady, for whatever reason, I was like, she got somewhere real important to go. And she need to get her makeup done, and she's not confident about doing it herself, and she wants it to look good, and she don't know where to go. And I got the indication, something said she doesn't want to spend the money either on this. She was with her husband. I didn't notice that at first. She was with her husband and her daughter, who maybe was like 14. Between, 14. And I overheard what she was saying, and just me being my helpful, normal self, I'm always talking with people, and I don't know if she spoke first or I spoke, and then she explained she was going to the Grammys or something like that, and she needed to get her makeup done, and the girls there would do it, but I was just kind of like, I don't think she wanted to spend the money on it. I think she was even still looking for an outfit, maybe. I don't know. No, they were in Sephora, so she was just trying to figure out her face. Which I totally get. So I told her to go to Nordstrom's, to the Dior counter if she could. Because I thought that was the best thing, and it was a much more, and I reiterated to her. But that's just to say, like, there's this helpfulness that you embody. That's what's going to be key to these businesses working so well, too, because you understand the human experience. You understand the human experience better. You are the vibration. You are the highest vibration. You are the vibration in the room. I'm not taking all of these. I'm getting some energy of like, okay, the moon card was there and the justice card was there. And so I'm getting some energy of, I was talking about the moon too. Recently, and kind of digging into that, studying it a little bit more, doing some research on it, and a couple other things. And I'm being serious about the things that it say. I want you to tell me if you know about it in the comments. I'm being honest. If you know about electromagnetic fields, and outside of just a what is it, a laser ray? I think that's what it's called. Infrared. Outside of infrared, I need someone that knows about electromagnetics and things like that. Other science thingies. The more I do research, the more questions I'm gonna have anyway. So don't worry, I'll be back. I'll be back asking for all your science friends' information and numbers. Okay. Anyway. This High Priestess popped out earlier too, so I'm gonna dig into this a little bit more and probably end it out there. This King of Wands is on the bottom, transformation. So maybe this has something to do with the reading. Maybe that's the business partner that you're waiting on. Yeah, King of Pentacles energy, Emperor energy. Dang. Yeah, this Wheel of Fortune. I guess maybe that person's in that cycle of change and chance, perhaps. Recovering from that. Pretty well. I feel like they just needed a little more time on their healing. This healing journey is not, because then they pop up as the King of Swords at the end of that. So, it's like, so I feel like serious, ready to take charge, kind of energy. Yeah, ready to communicate. So, that's good. That's nice. I like that. So you should probably just be in preparation. Maybe make sure you have all your paperwork together. make sure you're ready to go. That's all you need to do. So we're talking about Spirit saying for me to in order for everybody to keep going along with it, not keep going along, but like to not compartmentalize it into a love relationship or business partnership, but be able to see whatever it is that you need to see. We're using blueprint for a house being built because everybody can imagine that, right? Okay. So the first thing that you build or you put down when you're building a home, other than the pipes and the plumbing that goes below. So when you start, they have to dig and make the ground ready, right? So they dig and do all this, pre-drilling and whatever, and they make the ground ready, and then they start putting the plumbing in, right? And they have to dig out to the streets. So there's a connectivity. So first you had to have the connection with one another, right? Like the plumbing has to be connected to the sewers, right? Out from the house. In addition to that, there's also electrical. Oh, this is where that's coming in because I've been studying this electrical stuff. And so in that part of it, it's a little bit trickier too. And what I've noticed too is when electrical things come up on a home inspection and they go wrong in a house, most people want an actual qualified electrician to come out as well as a plumber or roofer. It's like people don't really love or shouldn't really love having a handyman because with electrical things, you definitely should not. Plumbers, you're gonna, if it's a plumbing issue, you're gonna need a plumber. Not everything your handyman can do. That's all I'm just saying. Which we're learning, which is why we're not talking, our business with everybody. We're just evaluating it in our own way. But anyway, we're building this house. So you dig underneath, you do all this other stuff. If you've done this before, easy peasy lemon squeezy, especially if you've gone on your visits to go check it out periodically. So you've been back and forth revisiting this connection, if you will. That's what we're going to call it. This opportunity, this deal, this business idea, this manifestation, whatever it is. Now you're at the point you've done the plumbing, you've done the electrical, you've got the foundation is where you're at now. You're putting up that foundation, that solid base, because after that is just pretty much building the house up from there. But that foundation is critical, right? Because if you have foundation issues, they live with the house, okay? And they can cause severe problems. And that's the reason why I used to always suggest that my clients, even if it was a brand new home built from the ground up, that they had a home inspection completed, because foundation issues start from when the home is built. I guess that was the point here. So the fact that there has been a lot of patience, because that came out in a whole different set of cards and in the deck that I was using for this impromptu reading, that to me says that there was no one involved in this process on either side. And this, I get like there may be even 3 business partners too in some situations. There's no one who wasn't thoughtful of first themselves, because you've got to be invested 100% for you to even show up. That's just how you roll now. There's no, I got 100% be getting what I need out of this first. And you expected that all the other business partners were going to be like-minded, which is what I see here. It may be you and somebody else even presenting an idea or to a third person who's like, okay, cool, now that you guys have resolved that issue. I oiled my fingers actually with this little strawberry oil right before I started the video. So I don't know. I'm going to get a manicure tomorrow. I feel like I need to go more frequently than I do. I don't know why that is, but self-care, self-love. I'm not looking at it as being tedious anymore. Maybe that's part for this reading. So don't look at it as being tedious or, all of these things that you have to do to present, because they can be. I felt that way about getting my nails done and, all the stuff all the time, just because it took so much time out of my day. But now be grateful for every minute, no matter what it is that you're involved in. Let's say it that way. Involved in, experiencing, taking, connecting with. You know, you might be connecting with your, creative side. You might be connecting with your intellectual side. You might be with both of them. You never know. So anyway, this foundation, the patience leads me to believe it's very even too. And that's with tile too, because in some of the homes that we did on the flips that we did, it was very crucial too when the tile went down, especially if they're at angles and stuff like that. You've got to be very skilled to do these things. You don't want to just have anybody in there doing anything. Now, if this is your pride and joy, your whole life's work and everything, involved in this situation could take you down one way or another. I'm glad that everybody's, coming out so picture perfect on this. And I'm saying picture perfect because you're going to be met how you meet things. Are we getting that part now? You're going to be met how you meet things. So when you meet an obstacle, if you act and give it the energy that it's too big and it's, it's hard, it's going to be too big and it's going to be hard. If you act like, oh, okay, I wasn't expecting this, but let's see how we're going to do that. Then it goes in the most, it's even like in that moment when you get that like, oh, you just want to give up completely. You got to keep going. And you might even have to go through like 7 or 8 times. And you might have to go through 7 or 8 times on different, with different people even to get the right additional parties involved in things too. Because here's the thing, when you build a house, you have a general contractor and then they have subcontractors that do these different jobs. So, you know what I mean? So anyway, we're not going to get into all of that. We're just going to keep building this house. And when we get to that part, we'll get to that part. We can't build the house from the top down. So we're at the foundation and it looks good. This foundation looks very good. I'm just saying, honestly, when at the height of the market, when I was doing business, there was a client that came along and he was just rushing the mess out of me. He was like, well, we keep missing houses and we keep losing. And this was in that market. I worked in that market. And I was like, sir, I'm going to help you get a house. And I guarantee you I'll get you a house that you love, blah, 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 blah. I need you to understand that I have a process and a formula. And I don't want you moving into this house purchase feeling rushed, because you're going to feel rushed the whole time you're living in this house. And guess who sold this house to you? So you're going to associate that feeling with your realtor. You get in there and you didn't pay enough attention, or you were just so concerned about losing the house that you're writing off stuff on the home inspection because you just need the house. You're not asking for anything. You're not really making the wise decision because they're pushed and rushed decisions. You're going to feel that way the whole time. Then you can get in there and stuff going to be messed up, and it's more than you can handle at this point because you rush. But I didn't go that far into it with him, and I was just like, I need you to trust me in this process as as your realtor, to do this with you, in the proper steps, etc., so that we can get what it is you're looking for, which is the house, right? Well, that's just not how I'm willing to do this. And I said, okay, I don't think this is going to work out. You have to be willing to say no to things. You have to be willing to say, like, what I saw, this is a download, what I saw, it was in writing, it came right into my third eye and my 2 eyes, okay? Or 4 eyes if you know that I wear contacts, but anyway. What came was that it's better to say yes to 2 great ideas and say no to 12 good ideas, right? Because you want those really outstanding opportunities. And that's what I feel like has been put in place here. It's like an outstanding opportunity. And I don't feel like anybody involved in this is willing to lose or is going to lose. Like, I don't feel like there's any losers on this table. Nothing came out in the reverse. Nothing on here is low vibrational. We got the Hierophant. We got 3 of Cups, which just, we're going to do it happily. We're happily, exuberantly going to build this community or friendship or whatever this is. Business partnership, however you want to look at it. We got the Ace of Cups, the Eight of Pentacles. This is very high vibrational. The lowest things on here are this 10 of Wands. And again, this 10 of Wands is a past energy. This is why you're being so selective when choosing. This is why you're making sure the cups are filled equally all around the table, right? You know, if someone comes in and they're a part of this and they're getting less in their cup than they feel like they should have, and their cup is not full, everybody else's is, that's a disservice. That's a disservice to another human being, you know. Especially if it's a situation where it's like, oh, they know. But, you know, you guys knew, but this other person didn't know that they weren't getting this. Like, it was something that was decided. You know what I mean? I don't know how to explain it. But that's only if you have, like, a third individual that's going to be working with you outside of, you know, co-creating with the universe or spirit or God, however you look at it. Maybe it's a business conglomerate. You know, I don't know. For all I know, somebody could be going to Nabisco with something. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. You don't know what somebody is doing. We don't know who made what, when, where, why, or how. Who thought of the biscuits in the package where you could just pop them open, you didn't have to sit there and wait for that buttermilk and all this other stuff to get together? And whose idea was that? Because that's still around. People use it all the time. Most people don't know other biscuits. I'm just saying, people have to understand. There's a lot of opportunity out here in this world, and I think everybody should be making the most of it, and that's exactly what I see is happening on this table in a major way. The Magician, the Star, the World, the Sun, the High Priestess, King and Queen of Cups, Ace of Wands, the Lovers, the Fool, Ace of Cups, the Hierophant, the Chariot. Come on. What is even left as far as high vibrational energy to be desired to be out on the table? Only thing we don't see out here is what? The Wheel of Fortune, right? Which I think, it might be under here somewhere. Shoot, for all we know. We didn't put stuff on top of stuff. But the Wheel of Fortune, right? Which we don't necessarily need. We don't need to be in a cycle of change and chance right now, because we're living in this moment. We're living the dream. Hey, you know, someone said that to me. I was like, hey, how are you? They said, oh, I'm living the dream. And I got so mad. This was a long time ago. I got so mad because I was like, what the fuck does that mean? And why am I not? I was so irritated. I went Googling and was like, there was a concern of mine. And I made... Because you got to understand, first time you hear something, and the way she said it was like, oh, I'm living the dream. And I was just kind of like, what am I doing wrong right now? Because I did not wake up living the dream. And I was confused. And I feel like that's probably one of those moments in my life where I was like, I got to do that. I got to do that. I got to live my dream. And that's what I started to do. And I feel like every time I made a new dream and made a new goal and set a new standard and blah, 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 it just kept getting better and better every single time. You know, every single time. And now even understanding better the cause and effect of things in such a big energetic way, because everything is changing right now. I don't know if people see that, but 2024 to me is like, if find out was a year, it's 2024. Because you done effed around and now you finding out this year for a lot of people. What was the other one I called it? I forgot what else I called it, but yeah. It's that standing on business type energy now. Like nothing can go against the willpower and, you know, what the collective is capable of. You know? So, anyway. So, as far as this was the only card that I pulled out of the thing for this one, is move away from the readings for a day or two. Which I don't think is a bad thing. You know? Even if it's a slowdown. You know, I get it. But yeah, that's all I have. I hope this has been helpful and insightful. This was longer than that first reading. I hope this has been helpful and exciting. I hope you are excited to be building your blueprint. Please like, because I don't know who the other 10 people are that are watching that are not liking. It's going down now because I'm complaining about it. But, you know, I don't care. It's just the whole point of like, what's the big deal? Laters. Catch you on the next one, Collective. Bye.